Isn't much else that needs to be said, and as Commissioner Booker said, it's hot out here, so I'm gonna get out of the way. But I want to say one thing really quickly, is I've worked for different leaders in this state. I've worked for Republicans, I've worked for Democrats, I've worked with several people who believe a lot of different things to get some really good things done for the state of Georgia, meaning that oftentimes when we talk about the work that we have to do for people, it is far beyond partisan politics. It is far beyond Republicans and Democrats. This election is far beyond the D or the R that someone has beside their name. The reason I know that is because we had a president in office who talked about our sitting Republican governor. We had a president in office who disagreed with our sitting Republican governor. We had a president in office who tried to oust our sitting Republican governor. We had a president in office who didn't like the Republican candidates he's seen on the Senate side. So he went and found an old football player named Herschel Walker. He didn't like the Republican candidates he's seen. So he went and found a deranged human being who couldn't even remember his name to come run for Senate in your state. He talked about the decisions, whether you are a Republican or a Democrat, that we had to make to protect ourselves during COVID. And in the midst of us coming together as a community to move through those things, he never once set foot in this state outside of telling Brad Raffensperger he had done the wrong thing without turning over the election, to tell the Secretary of State that his voice mattered more than the millions of Georgians who decided to cast their vote, that his opinion mattered more than yours. This really isn't about whether you are a Democrat or Republican. This is really about good and evil. This is really about where we want our country to go. And as President Biden would say, this is truly an election that is about the soul of a nation. I contend that this nation still has a soul. I contend that we all aren't sycophants just following somebody to be up under their shadow, that we firmly believe that every single person, no matter race, religion, or creed, deserves to have a voice.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That every single person, whether you're from a little village like Brunswick or you're from a big village like Brooklyn, it really doesn't matter. All of us count the same.
That's right.
I got my mama in the crowd, and my mama took me to a little church. It's a church we still go to, First African Baptist. And I told Ashley, my girlfriend, before I came up, I said, I'm gonna try not to go to church, but it's too many good people in here. I think about the story of Christ. I always ask myself, if Christ wanted to change the world, why didn't he go to Rome? He could have easily went to Rome and talked to Caesar, I'm sure. I'm sure he could have got in that room if he wanted to. But a little boy from Bethlehem, I don't know about y'all, but Bethlehem is a small place. A little hamlet called Bethlehem. He went out and he found 12 other individuals who might just believe a little bit of what he believes.
I love it.
All right.
And he took those 12 individuals from a little place called Bethlehem. And from that little place called Bethlehem, he changed the world. I hope you decide to find you 12 people from this little village called Brunswick. I hope you decide to find 12 individuals who you can pull out of their homes, who may not fully agree with you, but understands what it is to fight for the soul of a nation. And when we decide to do that together, when we decide to not worry about the R or D that may be beside our names and start fighting for, as Commissioner Booker said, the people we love, I can guarantee you in November we'll be sending Joe Biden back to the White House. God bless.